Hi, I'm Steve Brinton. I'm the muscle testing guy. I want to share a few more thoughts with you today, a little bit more about money, and have a little conversation about that. We talked about it in the past. I want to do a little bit more addition to that. So remember, first circle is reality. This world we live in, it's the world of energy and physical, and so everything there is the most real we know how to be. The other one is second circle is whatever we say about the first circle. So when something happens in first circle, we always have a comment about it. Here's your experience. Here's language. Okay? So let's talk about money, how that plays. So just a short little thought. A little story. Share with you. Maybe it'll make sense. Maybe it won't. But first circle is there's money. However much the money there is, how much money there's not. There's more money in the world today than ever before. So money. Second circle conversation about money always is there's not enough. How's that, huh? Check that out. Does that sound familiar? There's not enough. No matter how much you have, 200, 20,000, 200,000, 2 million, wherever you're at, there's not enough. So that's the chatter, the conversation about money. Second circle is there's not enough. So I met this guy some years ago. We were talking, and this guy's what do you do? What do I do? And he was in a business. He worked under somebody else in a business. And he just didn't like long hours, salary, 60 hours a week, didn't get paid extra for that. They made boatloads of money because he was working 60 hours a week. And he wanted to go out and do it on his own. So, I said, I can help you with that. So we set up a session, and he came in and he did some work. He came back the next week. He says, I quit. Whereas I've started my own company. I go, wow, that's a quick turnaround. So he's come to see me from time to time. Every time he wants to make a next step, he comes in and we work through some things and lets it go. And so now he's at the point wow, I run my own business. I make some good money. And my wife and children are off having great vacations. And I got to stay home and work. And I don't like it. I don't like having to sell my time, my brain for an hourly rate. Somebody owns it. They get paid. I get paid for it, but they own it. I want more freedom. I want my stuff. I don't know. Maybe you've heard that in your life. Maybe not. Maybe you're tired of working. Maybe whatever the deal is. So he was had a pretty good complaint going on. Pretty good upset. A lot of good evidence to justify that it wasn't working for him. And so he even he's a little bit religious. So he's talking about, I'm being a one talent guy, and I'm working all by myself. Okay, he wanted to be a 5 talent guy, whatever that is. Okay, so I said, what can happen that you could not have to work so many hours? He said, I don't know, I'm stuck. So we literally declared, we did a declaration that, hey, I'm a 5 talent guy, and in that declaration, when you declare that, it's kind of like when you want to say all the things you want to be. If you say that on top of unfinished business, you're gonna kind of have an earthquake, like a volcano. All the stuff that doesn't agree with that is going to come to the surface and wreak havoc. Well, it did just in that moment. We did that on purpose. We declared he's a 5 talent guy, and all this emotional energy came up. And using the tools we use in the muscle testing, we let go of all the parts who were terrified of being a 5 talent kind of guy, terrified of risking, terrified of not being in charge of things, not making sure it's not perfect. And we let those all go. We have some really cool, amazing tools in this muscle testing that whatever thoughts come up, whatever second circle thoughts come up, we can take care of them. They can be addressed and released. When you let them go, you're just left with the goodness of circle 1. Okay? So we did the magic we do in muscle testing. Let go of all his resistance to being a 5 talent kind of person. 5 talent guy has the capacity to create 10 talents out of 5. So he wanted to do that. So let that go. As soon as we were done, he goes wow, my mind has started think of all kinds of ideas. So he says, hey, I want to come back next week, which is kind of unusual, but he came back next week. He goes oh, I went home, I sat, and the whole vision of what I need to do to move myself to be a 5 talent guy, to work where I have other people working for me. then other things are working for me. I got the whole thing I could not see before because I was so committed to being a one talent person, do the work all by myself, be a perfectionist. And he's able to let that go. And all these wonderful ideas flow to the surface. And he's off to the races to to hire people to work for him, to let go of his need to be totally in control of it, and trust the process. So, amazing things that comes from this muscle testing work. Amazing the things you can let go of. And when you let go of that second circle chatter, the doors open up and all kinds of really great ideas and inspiration come flowing into your mind about where you can go next. So, there you go. That's the latest conversation on money. Here's the money. Here's what we say about it. You can let go of this. Get more of this. All right, take care. Talk to you later.